Hello，早晨啊，咁多位大家好啊，歡迎嚟到星期五嘅遊戲台。咁咧今日就紮起咗啲頭髮，係早晨啊，咁多位，歡迎你啊 Hamza，歡迎你嚟睇台啊，歡迎你 Follow，歡迎你 Sunny One，歡迎 Cybo，歡迎陳燕宇，歡迎你嚟睇台啊。睇下先，係啦，講咗晚上好，Sunny One，早晨啊，咁多位，今日個聲咧我未開住，等我陣啦。因為個遊戲個聲咧就有啲大聲，所以我就等我整一整先。而家咁樣，而家還好，係啦，我校晒聲咗。咁咧今日呢個遊戲咧，其實我又係買咗好耐㗎啦。佢係一個有啲佢係一個解謎遊戲嚟嘅，即係都係嗰啲 puzzle 遊戲啦。但係佢就有個古仔係講一個修理嗰啲叫咩？即係一個女仔，佢中意幫人維修啲舊嘅嘢咯，跟住就會中間有啲故事發生喺啲物件上面嘅，咁所以我就覺得幾有趣。我哋今日就嚟試下玩下呢隻 game 啦。但係咧，我頭先好似因為我頭先試嗰啲聲嗰啲嘢，好似唔小心飛咗個開頭，唔知之後有冇得再睇翻。但係而家就佢又好似有唔知12啊，12定13個 chapter 咁樣咯，好似係啊，好靚㗎呢個 game，我覺得我哋一睇下。哦，我唔使逐個玩，唔係我要。咁佢下邊嗰個就下邊嗰條線應該係每一關。咁我而家第一關就係等先，好似好大聲個音樂。等等啊，校翻細少少先。即係翻少少嘢，而家應該好啲。咁咧，我見呢個 game 咧，佢本身係有出喺手機，即係手機平台上面嘅，我覺得比較好咯。因為我而家都係用，等等，都係好大聲，唔好意思，我再搞搞先。再搞細聲啲先。我而家用緊呢個 layout 都係我 iPad 嗰個 layout 嚟嘅，因為咧我本身諗住遊戲台用16:9嗰個度啦，但係發現佢呢隻 game 原來係佢用唔到16:9嗰個 layout， 所以就係一個比較似手機 game 嘅遊戲咯，我覺得唔可以撳。
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between.
等下先，點解個畫面唔轉嘅？等我一陣啊，事故。你哋而家睇到個畫面係咪仲係一開頭嗰度啊？但係佢又有聲嘅喎，等啦，我撳等，咁神奇嘅，點解啊？等，唔好意思啊，唔通佢用唔到 game capture？我真係從來未試過開台咁樣個遊戲。有啦。set 少少嘢先。跟住將佢擺翻落下邊。 咁有冇好啲啊？咁樣啦，應該好啲。早晨啊，Boo Boo，歡迎你哋睇台啊！頭先迎來咗第一個事故，而家應該有啦，又睇到畫面啦嘛，係咯，睇到個 mouse，因為唔知點解我頭先嗰個遊戲佢個畫面唔喐啊，而家應該有喐啊嘛，有啦，OK，咁就好啦，神奇。但係佢個視窗點解會 cut 咁多嘅？佢咁樣，好似本書咁樣，但係我唔知點解我個視窗，我個視窗唔咩嘅，唔啱嘅一個 size， 但係冇得夾，算啦，睇故仔啫，唔緊要。
The places I'd seen, the people I'd met, of course, the forgotten treasures I'd given a new lease of life along the way. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do.
你係中意整維修一啲舊嘅嘢。
Working my way from one town to the next.
食飯掛下台，好啊，食飯，多謝你過嚟啊！
Bellariva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, that would have to wait until after I'd unpacked.
所以第一關就係講佢旅行嗰個篋，佢 unpack 佢個篋，係一個紅色嘅皮篋。睇先 ，click to pick it up 啊！有杯咖啡喺度，可唔可以飲咖啡？呢個咖啡係嗰個界面，原來。但係佢得 audio 有得教，我想教嗰個 window 嗰個 size 多啲咯。不過佢冇，我唔知點解佢會 cut 到咁。我哋頭先 Steam 度開嘅時候教咗 window mode 咯，跟住佢就長成咁樣。算啦，唔緊要啦。依家應該睇到中間就 OK 啦，側邊會 cut 少少咯。早晨啊 Mel Hi， 歡迎你哋睇台啊！今日玩一個維修。可以砌下嘢、拆下嘢嘅遊戲，覺得好得意。早晨啊 AT， 歡迎你嚟睇台啊！馬尾星哥度，今日特登用呢個馬尾，因為要維修、要整嘢啊嘛，紮起啲頭髮冇咁嬲憂。其實呢個係我好少開台用，好似冇試過開台用馬尾，有冇呢？我都唔記得，好似可能有嘅，係比較少用咯，所以就今日特登俾啲新鮮感大家。睇下先，我個篋入邊有啲乜嘢 ？Click on toolbox， 睇先呢個啊嘛。
The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these.
我想睇下佢入邊有啲咩喎，佢唔俾我攞嘅。
I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully, I'm cool enough to pull them off.
擺喺度，我有太陽眼鏡，期間限定，又唔係嘅，睇心情啦。大家中意邊個多啲啊？因為我覺得平時放啲頭髮落嚟都好睇。咁但係我自己都中意高馬尾嘅，所以就兩個髮型咯。我今日咧又買咗呢個肥仔水啊，我可以一路飲肥仔水一路玩呢個遊戲，覺得好開心。大家聽下係喜樂嘅聲音，我啲冰仲喺度。正，你咁問實答你幾時都好睇。OK。標準答案。呢個係咩嚟嘅話？佢啱啱話呢個係咩嚟？我睇，我耳環。呢個咩 passport？ 成日去旅行，所以吸滿咗，好正。佢有咩一件衫？走天下。有把梳，跟住呢個係相簿係咪？相簿定係相呢？呢個呢，相機。嗰啲菲林相機。咩嚟㗎？呢個係。咁樣就開完啦個箱。 OK 啊，咁應該好快就可以玩完啦呢個 game。我又可以欣賞下佢啲美麗嘅 3D。OK。
Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva. I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen for the last few months, I was craving a decent meal.
都係短開嘅 game，係啊，我呢個 game 咧買咗好耐噶啦，但係我未揾到時間去開台玩呢個啫。我唔知點解佢佢個視窗佢 cut 咗少少，不過算啦，唔緊要啦。佢話佢去咗嗰個地，佢想去嗰個地方啦，跟住有個美食節好正，我都好中意。哎呀，飛得太多添。
Of course, I'd need
我都好中意
to
去
earn
嗰
enough
啲
money
美
to
食
pay
節
for
㗎。
it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some work.
佢係
My
咩嗰
parents
啲打
never
工
wanted me
旅
to
行
go.
應該。
They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew there was a world out there, beyond the four walls of our antique store, that I had to be a part of. I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful
佢
places
本身
each
就
of our
係
antiques
應
came
該係
from.
喺屋企
I
度
loved
幫佢屋企
figuring
人
out
手，
their stories,
但係佢又想
revealing the memories
周圍走。
hidden beneath the screws and wires.
呢隻我都好似有玩完咗，哦，係咪幾正啊？都我覺得幾特別啊呢個 game，即係冇其他差唔多類型嘅 game，好似佢咁個風格，同埋佢啲畫好靚。
My story in Bellariva began with a little girl and a voice she was longing to hear.
好啦，我哋可以繼續完，跟住有咩解鎖？都係放鬆劇情，係啊，星期五就係玩呢啲，輕鬆下，輕鬆下。呢個係咪劇 set 帶啊？
It was my first morning in Bellariva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. It was a quiet town, its streets and alleyways basking peacefully in the hot morning sun. In the main square, meanwhile, preparations were underway for the festival in a few days' time.
佢仲係嗰個 festival。
As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bellariva would need me to fix.
我喺嗰搭傳單，佢喺度派傳單，睇下啲人有冇人需要佢幫手整翻好啲嘢。
I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix things?
跟住有個
It
小
was a
朋
little
友，
girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have
咁
gotten
細嘅
hold of
7
one of my
歲。
flyers. She rummaged around in her backpack until she hauled out a battered red cassette deck.
劇 set 帶，到底呢個古仔發生嘅年代係幾時
My
啊？
tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore. I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal thing in the way. Can you try?
咁肥仔水，睇下先。因為第二關就係呢個 Mina 圖，哇！呢部嘢好似真嘅喎，但係咧其實我冇見過呢個樣嘅劇色機，因為我擺喺中間係嘛？睇下先。哎呀，好煩啊！跟住要點樣？佢好似有得轉啊！係咪要換電啊？佢有螺絲喺後邊，劇色帶。因為咧，佢呢個 game 咧有好多嗰啲好舊嘅嘢，我就自己好中意。我以前因為我屋企人都好中意儲舊嘢嘅，所以我有睇好多，即係屋企有好多嗰啲比較懷舊嘅東西嘅劇色帶啊，嗰啲黑膠碟啊嗰類嗰啲。以前細個見過，但係我冇見過呢個款嘅劇色帶。螺絲批，哇！佢係點樣左右？喂，好難啊！佢呢個放螺絲嘅兜仔好得意。嘿，我哋咧同佢換電。
Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
哦，佢換咗電就 work 啦嘛，應該。嘿，OK 啊，跟住 上翻個蓋，上翻粒螺絲，輕鬆。OK。跟住咧就係咪可以撳？喂，好難控制啊！佢聽話，隻貓字聽話，拋啊！哦，跟住係咪整餅帶啊？整餅帶，我拎開佢先。嘿，哇！見到呢啲係色帶，嗰條帶飛晒出嚟就好頭痛，要唔知兩邊咁樣攝翻落去。我以前屋企咧細個嘅時候有嗰啲帶，其實帶係嗰啲童話故仔嚟嘅，唔知大家有冇？唔知點解我屋企會有啲咁嘅嘢，即係咩3隻小豬啊，狼來了啊咁樣喺個劇集帶入邊嘅，所以聽就可以聽到個故仔，跟住咧成日都好驚你聽到底之後咧，如果你想再聽多次咧，你要回帶噶嘛。回帶去到最頭之後，下次就可以再聽，成日都唔驚會撳咗細咗餅帶。係點啊？呢個咩嚟？哦，唔攞鉛筆啱啊，正確。我都好似有做過呢啲咁嘅嘢。左定右啊？右邊，哇，好治癒啊！咁樣睇佢嗰個嘢慢慢入翻去嘅時候，哦 ，OK 啊，好擺翻，整好啦。點樣擺翻走佢啊？喂，我定係要轉個角度，跟住。我好想擺翻我會撳側邊就得㗎啦，原來 OK。係，跟住打開，擺入去 OK。跟住係咪播？睇下佢聽咩先。哎呀，有歌啊，好正。哦，佢媽媽錄俾佢嘅歌啊，嗰啲安眠歌，好正啊，好有意思啊呢個。OK complete。
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
跟住就睇故仔。
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem. Who was that singing? They're very good.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. It was the kind of silence a cassette tape would never be enough to
好
fill.
慘啊，好 sad 啊呢個故仔，好彩佢整得翻咋，咁就整得翻就好啦。
When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of a stick of gum, 3 mismatched buttons, and a yo-yo.
哦，原來白撞嘅佢，講笑啫，呢
I
啲
usually
免
prefer
費
to。check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered.
佢可以，我哋今次就俾佢免費啦。
A part I wouldn't be able to fix.
哦，好正啊，好正佢啲故仔。唔好意思，我係一個現實嘅商人，唔俾錢嘅佢嚟白撞，不過唔緊要啦。睇下先，呢個係，啱，頭先嗰個係第2關，
My first repair complete.
我哋嘅
I
第
spent
一
the rest of
單
the day doing small jobs in and around the
第一
square.
單工作係一個小朋友，咁都幾好，開咗一個好嘅頭。
I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit.
跟住
The
要去
address led
邊
me to a
啊？
quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paintwork and chipped tiles. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm Isabel's father.
Isabel's father 邊個係 Isabel 啊？哦，頭先嗰
I'm
個
so
嗰
sorry
個
she
女仔
bothered you
啊。
this morning. Please
哦
come in.
哦
I'd like to settle up properly.
On the
哦，咁咪有錢
mantelpiece,
俾咯，係咪
I？ saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
哦，佢有隻公仔爛咗。呢隻咩公仔啊？手板模型啊？
My father's statue. What's left of it, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him.
呢個佢爸爸
It
嘅。
survived 100 years in this
手板模型。
family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and... Do you think you can salvage it?
哦，佢家傳之寶啊！呢個模型，跟住就頭先嗰個小朋友玩咗5分鐘之後就爛咗。OK， 交俾我啦，冇問題，睇翻好啫嘛。我去杯咖啡，好正。我成日都好覺得好，佢呢個係設定制嚟噶嘛，咖啡，但係我完全融入咗喺個畫面度咯，覺得好正。睇下先，我得膠水，我有嘅工具係得膠水。呢個係咪抵咗咧？
Will you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks.
哇，咁高要求啊佢，要黐但係唔要睇到膠水啫。個身喺呢度。但係我要點樣黐啊？哦，見到閃閃下嗰啲，唔係車眼嗰啲就係膠水。哇，好危險啊！喂，好難操控喎呢個。等啊，我搽咗佢啦膠水。等先，咁樣啦，跟住咁樣，嘿。
Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together?
係啊，信我啦，冇呃你。呢個係萬能白膠漿。喺度做緊嘢嘅時候，好怕咧，啲客人喺側邊度問你整成點啊，喺度指點。等陣下膠水，整埋佢隻手先啦。嘿，OK，係咪呢個啊？黐錯咗咪大鑊？等陣係咪呢隻手 ？OK， 我好想睇下佢可唔可以黐錯，即係將隻手黐喺腳嗰個位度之類嘅，應該唔可以。等陣呢個係腳係咪啊？呢隻係腳，哦呢個係手。好，100分。跟住就黐呢度。我諗下先。早晨啊 KY， 歡迎你哋睇台啊！今日玩緊呢個輕鬆砌嘢嘅維修嘅小遊戲。好。哇！我而家真睇到隻公仔嗰個樣，好似嗰個男人，係咪嗰啲所謂嗰啲家傳之寶就係？
Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a
係嗰
warning
啲
label.
整自己嗰啲雕像。咦？跟住黐邊啊？哦，我見到啦。哇！100分。得得 statue， 佢原來係陶瓷嚟啊！陶瓷公仔呢個。
Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom.
我市長嚟嘅，原來呢個，咁即係有錢俾啦，係嘛？最關心嘅重點。
Sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go. Looks
市
like I'll
長
be
大
working late.
輕，好忙啊佢。
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping themselves occupied was their way of pretending it wasn't happening. Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too.
係嗰啲冇時間陪仔女嘅父母。佢係咪有俾錢㗎？佢有俾錢㗎，佢應該冇 mention 到，要俾埋第一單嘅錢之類。飲啖水先。第四關係電話。
My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear, another beautiful sunny morning. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries.
諗下，想像下畫面都好正，我都好中意行呢啲街，成條街都係咖啡嘅時候就會好香咖啡味同埋嗰啲包嗰啲味，好正好正。
I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Hello, Maria. Were you here yesterday handing out flyers? I have a job for you.
哦，有客人啊 ，Carmen 啊。
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside, though, her potential customers hadn't noticed it either.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted, she walked over to the counter and returned with an old rotary phone.
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on.
呢個餐廳主人
for some seasoning tips, but it won't connect.
哦，佢個餐廳冇乜人嚟，所以佢就打電話俾佢家姐定係細妹是但啦，跟住佢個電話唔 work，所以我哋而家就要整佢電話。哇，好呢個咩年代啊？呢個電話應該係90年代吧，應該。而家仲有冇呢種電話㗎？其實睇先。可以查出嚟㗎，好貴㗎呢啲電話，好似我記得。咦，有冇得反轉佢啊？哇！佢連嗰個晶片，嗰塊係咪晶片啊？都出咗嚟。嗱，我哋打開入邊睇下先。誒，唔係螺絲批啊？唔係螺絲批嚟嘅。
Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
係嘅，知道。咁就4粒落，好難控制啊！撳落去，跟住向右喐，好。上嚟 ，OK， 跟住咧就可以插到入邊有啲咩嚟㗎呢個？哦，其實我唔知呢種電話入邊係點樣構造，我今日先第一次睇啫，今日先第一次睇佢個構造。睇先，仲有個螺絲喺度， 去先。Click the wire and drag it to the toolbox。啊？哦，跟住就可以拎出嚟。哦，好，我哋咧換咗個晶片咁樣。哦，好酷啊！跟住咪接翻嚟。呢個頭先接喺邊度㗎？呢度係嘛？哦，呢條係另一條。我知啦。呢個啱。呢個係另一條電線，冇問題啊。
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up.
跟住咪換埋上面嗰個，呢個係咩鐘仔？我唔知呢個咩嚟嘅。好正啊！好中意整呢啲。上翻落去 ，OK， 新嘅一樣啦而家。跟住咧砌翻個活過輪嗰個殼，係咪啊？係咪砌完啦？應該。睇下先啦。哦，呢個電話線最尾先砌。冇啊，擺翻落去。螺絲。OK， 跟住
A few parts missing.
完啦係嘛？咪擺翻個聽筒上去就得啦。唔得咩？咪整完咯，唔係？唔係喎，等陣啲螺絲未上，笑死！底啊！我以為整完添。突然之間望一望側邊個兜，咁多螺絲嘅，但係佢呢個 game 整得都幾好，我好似真係喺度 fix 緊啲嘢咁。我好中意整呢啲㗎。即係組裝啊呢啲咧，睇下嘢。好。OK 啦，今次真係 OK 啦。耶！好靚嘅黃色電話。
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
No,
會唔會係
it's
咁啊？
ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no time.
會唔會係會過熱定點樣？
That's if I can pay
You're
my phone bill
hand-on.
anyway. And the rent and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you. Your coffee's on the house.
有係咪免費咖啡飲？
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone.
佢喺度撥緊輪。
Hello! How's my favourite sister doing today?
As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll at the other end of the line.
即係因為錢銀上面嘅嘢，佢哋就嗌交啦。
You don't need to be here though. Can't you just put the check in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. My sister's decided to fly in for a visit. Oh God, I have to get ready.
佢個姐姐嚟探
I might have
佢，
another job for you.
所以佢要準備下。然後佢就話聽日有另一單 job 俾你，即係俾我，跟住就要聽日再嚟。好。哇，相機啊！哇，好靚喎呢個相機。
The next day, I'd promised Carmen I'd return to help her get the cafe ready for her sister's arrival. I was about to set out when I received an unexpected call from my hotel's reception desk. Apparently, another guest had asked for me by name.
哦，又有另一單 job， 嗰個客人喺酒店度揾我，跟住就要做啲咩呢？
Curious, I took the creaking elevator up to the top floor and made my way to the room number they'd given. I knocked.
Are you here about the camera? It's about time.
咩人啊？呢個
The
人
woman in front of me was immaculate. Not a hair out of place or a crease to be seen.
My sister tells me you know how to fix things. I'd usually go to an expert, of course, but in this
哇！呢個就頭先嗰個咖啡店老闆嘅 sister。
So this was Carmen's sister? The two of them couldn't have been more different. Inside her room, I saw a beautiful reflex camera, any professional photographer's dream.
The viewfinder
好
is
靚啊！相
completely
機
dark. I can't see anything through it at all. I assume you can figure out what's wrong.
viewfinder 壞咗，好交俾我啦！哇，好靚啊！佢呢個背景。睇下先，誒有說明書係咪啊？唔係喎，唔係說明書嚟喎。有個菲林相機，呢個係睇下先。我哋碌下去睇下側邊先。拆咗啲螺絲出嚟先啦，我係諗緊。好，手提。好似有4粒螺絲啱啱睇到。哇 ！OK， 菲林相機入邊係真係一部菲林相機。大家有冇玩過菲林相機？我以前都有幾部，當然都冇拆開嚟睇，但係我嗰啲玩具機以前都幾中意。係咪冇啦？仲有冇啊？呢度仲有一個螺絲。鏡頭 OK。
I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
哇！佢喺度俾壓力我啊！哦，爛咗嗰塊玻璃，唔知玻璃定膠咧呢個。反正就換塊新嘅俾你啦。OK。
If I use the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror.
哦，仲要調校角度，喺邊度調啊？喂，唔小心拆咗佢出嚟添，係唔緊要。OK， 佢要調一個直角，個折射係要90度。點啊？咁樣好難睇喎，咁樣。冇，好難控制啊！咁咪咁樣差唔多啦嘛？咁樣
Perfect. Now the
Perfect
viewfinder
啊
should be working.
perfect 啊！好啦，跟住就砌翻晒啲嘢落去。哇！冇，跟住後邊螺絲。輕鬆，佢呢個上螺絲真係好 smooth 啊！佢嗰
Still
個
a part I
動
need
畫
to attach. Where does it go?
唔記得入菲林啊！等先啊 ！OK， 擺菲林就係擺呢度嘅，冇事，輕鬆。爭一個喺前邊。 撳翻鏡頭咯，搞掂啦！靚靚嘅相機完成。
I felt a pang of envy as I handed the camera to Helena. I put my disposable to shame.
I picked it up on my first trip to Paris. It's a 1958 limited edition.
哇，好
The
貴啊，
first
好
of its
貴啊！
kind. It cost me 3 months' salary, but it was worth it.
整完係咪可以？咁你個相機咁貴，係咪可以俾多啲嘅？
I had no idea what 3 months' salary meant to Helena, but I was pretty sure it was more than I could afford. It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same hotel. I'd picked this place because it was cheap and cheerful, but surely she could afford somewhere better? She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
佢點樣 satisfy 啊？其實
Immaculate.
佢用菲林噶嘛，佢都唔知自己影嗰啲咩，
This is one person in this town who knows what
唔
they're
係咩？
doing. Sending you to me might be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
I wondered why Helena had bothered coming if she thought so little of her sister.
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call me, all she wants is money. If she thinks I'm lending her another penny, she'll have to convince me it's not a total waste of time.
佢一打過去就係
Didn't
借
sound
錢。
good. If Hurricane Helena was about to hit, I hoped Carmen was ready. 係咪會繼續㗎？跟住個劇情，咩嚟㗎呢個？ The sun was setting over Bellariva by the time I reached Carmen's cafe. From the outside, it looked as quiet as ever, but inside, I found Carmen cleaning like her life depended on it.
因為冇乜生意佢個
Don't
餐
mind
廳
all。of this. If Helena finds one speck of dust in here, I'll never hear the end of it.
佢話如果有一粒塵喺呢度嘅話，佢個細妹應該係就會結束咗佢。
Carmen seemed pleased to see me, but I sensed the fidgeting tension beneath each sweep of her mop. Trying to live up to the standards of someone like Helena seemed like an impossible task.
I hope you didn't mind fixing the camera for her. She was furious when it broke. I really need this to go well. If she doesn't lend me the money, I don't know how long I can keep this place going.
Carmen led me to a back room, where she'd laid out the components of what looked like a neon sign.
I had this
招
made
牌
when
嚟
I
㗎
first opened the cafe, but I'm hopeless with electronics.
So there was supposed to be a sign outside. This might explain the lack of customers.
I'd like to put it up before Helena gets here. Can you
哇！
give
仲
it
要
a
同
try?
時間競賽而家，要喺佢嚟之前，佢細妹嚟之前，就要整翻好。好細塊啫呢塊牌。我頭先睇遠睇以為係好大塊嗰啲招牌。睇下佢有啲咩先。有螺絲嘅位就一定要拆咗佢先。轉過嚟。好啦，跟住咧睇下入邊個電腦板係咪要擺呢個嘢啊？呢個呢個掣唔係要擺上去嘅咩？唔係擺呢度咩？哦，黐膠嘴。喂，冇，呢度。好，跟住係咪要綁電線？睇下先啊，咪咁樣。好，通電，簡單暴力啊！呢個咁樣砌，咁圓啊，好似點解佢咁多條電線嘅？
I think the whole thing is supposed to light up.
砌咗落先。 睇下後邊先啊，唔係完啦咩？哦，好靚啊！
I don't know, it's a bit flat. Maybe if it flashes, it'll really catch people's eye.
吓？咁多要
Great
求嘅
idea. I think I have a spare part that could do that.
等先，又要追加要求佢，會加乜嘢？哦，換多塊板俾佢，好，交上知。早晨啊，貓哥，歡迎你嚟睇台呀！今日玩呢個休閒嘅砌嘢嘅遊戲，放喺邊啊？係咪咁樣啊？等下，佢走埋係咪真係唔得啊？試下先，真係得啦。
It still needs something else.
仲唔滿意
Maybe
啊？
we can add one of these.
好得意啊！有得咁樣㗎，係咁追加要求佢。唔小心拆咗出嚟，擺返落去。好，我哋加多幾塊。唔係喎，咁要，我係咁，好難控制啊！咁樣啦，pizza。我揀嘅，原來係我哋擺咩好啊？咁雪糕啊，不如雪糕得意啲。係咪要多條線？我諗下先啊。咁樣咁啊 OK 啦，得唔得啊？
It works. I'll screw everything together again and you'll be set.
佢係雪糕同個酒同個 pizza 揀一個，揀雪糕。OK 啦，100分。落去。噔，好靚啊！呢個賣雪糕嘅地方，因為嗰啲咖啡街通常有啲地方係賣吉拉圖噶嘛，咁就係呢啲咁樣嘅牌。好適合哦！佢連呢張圖都係有個雪糕㗎，好得意啊！
That's perfect, Maria. It looks just how I imagined it. When I had this sign made, it all seemed so simple. I can't believe I might have to give it all up. I hope I've done enough.
The smile froze on her face as she spotted something over my shoulder. I turned to see.
到咗啦！
Of course, my sister owns the only cafe in this entire town that isn't actually open.
For better or worse, Helena had arrived. Carmen opened her mouth to explain, but Helena swept indifferently past her. Finally pausing in the doorway, she turned back towards Carmen.
The first thing we're doing is getting rid of that hideous sign.
佢唔中意啊！整咗嗰個燈牌俾佢。
And with that, she disappeared inside. I hoped Carmen's chances of saving the cafe hadn't disappeared with her.
跟住佢哋兩姊妹就開始傾間咖啡嘅嘢啦。好，跟住繼續呢個係遊戲機。 呢個好似以前嗰部 Game Boy。
It was the day before the festival, and the whole town was busy getting ready. I had more work than I knew what to do with. When Joseph called with another job, I was craving the cool quiet of his and Izzy's seafront house. I'd barely reached their front door when I heard someone calling me.
Psst, Maria, I need your help. Quickly, it's top secret.
又係呢個靚妹冇錢俾嘅靚妹。
It was Izzy, peeking out from the side of the house. She beckoned for me to follow her.
Hello， Seica， 歡迎你翻嚟啊！
She led me through to a beautiful,
我
unruly
哋跟住
garden
個細路
overflowing
去
with
咗
flowers of every
去咗
kind.
一個
Nestled
隱
among
世
them
嘅
was a
公園仔。
playhouse, its doorway almost completely obscured by a towering rose bush.
You have to squeeze past it and breathe in real small, like this.
Izzy took in a big gulp of air and crawled through the gap and into the playhouse. I hadn't planned on crawling in the dirt today, but the life of a repairwoman never did run smooth. On the table inside, there was an electronic toy. Not exactly the usual stock in my parents' antique shop.
小朋友拐大大人，係啊係啊，
I didn't do it on purpose or anything, but it won't turn on anymore.
仲要呢個小朋友唔俾錢㗎，又上當。頭先一開頭已經上當咗一次，白做唉。
Can you fix it for me?
呢個係 Game Boy Advance 係咪叫 Game Boy Advance？ 嗰個以前好舊嗰個 Game Boy。哇！佢都爛得幾嚴重喎！佢個 mon 又裂啦，跟住Game Boy 嗰個帶啊，好懷舊啊！呢、個真係好懷念 Game Boy 咩啊 ？Game Boy Color 嗰個帶。要換個 mon 啦，要換個掣啦，好多嘢換。呢個係入電芯嘅位，點解要攞出嚟個電池？佢咁樣即係可以攞得到。哇，佢電線咁樣嘅。塊板使唔使要掹佢出嚟先？跟住咧，呢個壞咗嘅晶片，換一個俾佢。呢個咩嚟㗎？原來係 3D 嚟㗎，係啊！我哋呢個砌嘢嘅模式係 3D 嚟㗎。誒，唔通係呢個先啱？誒唔係喎。唔理住，砌咗呢個先。反正呢度一定係啱嘅。跟住綁翻條電線。頭先係咪咁樣㗎？好似係咁樣咯。試下去 work 唔咗先。
Nothing. Maybe there's an issue with the battery.
係喎，個電池要入翻落去。咁我哋砌翻嚿電落去先。電池唔啱嘅，唔係擺落去咩 ？OK， 試下佢有冇電先啦。有啦。
It's meant to look like that. It's weird. I don't like it.
咁要點樣查啊？佢連個聲都好似嘅 Game Boy。呢度仲有另一塊。壞咗嘅晶片換一個新嘅，跟住擺翻去。係咪調轉咗呢？咁樣。輕鬆啊！跟住擺翻落去。唔係喎，所以先呢個 mon 點樣？呢個 mon 要換咗，係咪要拆晒啲嘢？呢塊嘢就係個 mon。好，我哋有個新嘅 mon 啊。頭先冇，唔係喎，呢個。佢擺邊度？亂撳字冇問題嘅。呢度。 跟住跟住有冇入個帶？個帶入喺下邊嘅，點解？好。
Do grown-ups play games as well?
唔係喎，仲有個掣未？咪住！啊，好開心啊！但個掣未整好啊。應該要拆晒啲嘢出嚟先。係啦，呢個換個掣俾你，會唔會咁樣？好，跟住插卡帶，得啦嘛。
Can you show me how to play? I tried before, but it was so hard.
哦，可以玩啊 ！Forest Adventure， 哇，點玩啊？佢好用心啊！佢連呢個嘢都整得似模似樣咯。係咪 Pokemon 嚟㗎？好得意啊！影相，好得意啊！呢個 game。原來Seica識整電子嘢，會唔會太叻？唔會，我中意整其實我唔識整電子嘢，但係我中意平時砌下啲，即係我平時都會自己 fix 下嘢嘅，所以我覺得幾得意。因為我好中意嗰啲組裝嗰啲嘢咧，而家家私嗰啲凳啊，都買。我而家坐緊張凳都係我自己砌，跟住仲有咩自己砌咧？電腦係有個砌電腦嘅朋友教我砌。咁我覺得啊，將嗰啲零件擺落個電腦度都好得意。
I watched Izzy retreat into its screen, taking refuge in a 3-inch world of her own. Well, I'd better head inside. Your dad is waiting for me.
Please don't tell him about the game. He'll think I broke it on purpose.
佢阿爸覺得佢特登整壞咗個 game， 點解啊
Why would he think that?
Because, well, I kind of dropped it really hard at the wall.
因為佢發脾氣，所以就抌爛個遊戲機。
Izzy looked down, scuffing her shoes on the worn floor of the playhouse.
My dad said I had to go to this stupid festival tomorrow and put on a stupid dress, and I don't want to. All he cares about is working. He never wants to see me unless it's for his job. I'm not going. He can't make me.
佢爸爸就逼佢聽日要着靚出席嗰個 festival 嗰個慶典，但係佢就唔想去。
With that, Izzy dove back through the rosebush and disappeared into the wilds of the garden. She was so young. She couldn't be expected to see that her dad was struggling too. It made me think, had I really tried hard enough to understand my parents' point of view?
然後就令到呢個 Maria 諗翻起自己同父母嘅相處。佢呢個遊戲係好有佢啲古仔好用心啊！我覺得
I was so focused on the adventures ahead of me. Maybe I didn't care enough about leaving them behind.
去旅行，一個人去旅行，去完之後就翻屋企，咁我都幾好，我覺得。哇，好靚啊隻錶！
Leaving Izzy hiding in the garden, I walked around to the front of the house and rang the doorbell. It was only then I noticed my favorite overalls covered in grass stains. I scrubbed desperately, but it was
頭先爬完去嗰個樹屋之後就成身都係草。
What happened to your clothes?
I was repairing a lawn mower.
How unusual. Well, Do come in.
佢把聲都浸埋，
The
好搞
job
笑。
I've got for you is a little more delicate.
Totally embarrassed, I walked into an orderly room filled with papers and ledgers. So this was his office. You must be so busy getting ready for the festival. Are you looking forward to it?
Of course. It's traditional for the mayor to judge food from every cafe and restaurant in town.
哦，佢會試食，佢係市長，所以佢試食晒每一檔嘅餐廳同嘢食擺檔喺嗰個 festival 入邊，好正喎！市長要做
I'll
埋
be
啲嘢，
declaring the best chef in Bella Riva by this
仲要
time
做埋
tomorrow.
評判啊，
Speaking
好
of
忙
which,
啊！
He unclipped the watch from his wrist and very carefully handed it to me.
I'll have a tight schedule to follow, but my watch stopped working a while ago. Could you see if you can make it tick again?
交俾我啦，去做埋鐘錶維修啊！而家攞個錶面出嚟，哇！
Are you sure it will all fit back together?
佢又喺度質疑我咯，我覺得呢個客人喺度俾壓力我。咪攞出嚟先，跟住呢個咪擺低佢。我哋睇下個鐘面先，玻璃係咪可以？螺絲位喺邊度啊？哦，喺後邊。寫咩字啊 ？Love always。哦。講起上嚟，而家好似咧好少人戴呢啲錶咁樣。我以前都仲有戴呢啲閒針錶，跟住近呢幾年就都冇啦，轉咗做嗰啲類似 Fitbit 啊，監察心跳啊嗰啲運動錶之後就冇再用過 Apple Watch 嗰啲咧。感覺而家好似越嚟越少人會戴啲閒針錶，因為都唔使用錶嚟睇時間。誒攞唔到嘅，哇！呢個我要攞出嚟啊！我嚇死我！我如果要砌翻啲齒輪落去，我會唔嚇散咗
plate has completely cracked.
點算啊
Replace it.
？Replace it 係咪？哦，佢
Frogs look good though.
佢用咗個
Careful, I can reuse
半自
those.
動嘅，用咗呢個就唔使。定係哦，要擺翻啲齒輪落去。Oh my god！等陣先啊，我哋嚟，誒唔係喎，呢個唔要嘅，兩個啫係嘛，兩個齒輪啫。啊！但係佢有4個窿喎，佢有5個窿喎，咁樣。跟住咧，定係要等陣先啊。定要喺呢度攞個要攞出嚟嘅，好得意啊！呢個 game 好得，佢好仔細。大家我哋係齒輪，總之就擺晒落去。唔啱，等等。你慢慢嚟睇先。最大嗰個係呢個啦。點解啊？點解佢唔俾我擺啊？等等啊！擺唔到喎，我擺其他。哦，佢唔啱咧，佢就唔俾你擺嘅，所以即係話我頭先其實擺得啱。呢個係。呢個喺呢度，呢個唔假嘅，唔係佢。跟住咧，呢度到底擺邊啊？嗰個齒輪係定係因為我要放最大嗰個喺最底咧，咁樣 唔係喎，但佢呢個又冇得拆。有冇說明書啊？呢個鐘錶我知啦，我知啦，我知啦。呢度個碼應該咁樣。哦，大天才啊 ，OK 啊。跟住咪整，哎呀，撳錯掣，撳錯掣。飲杯咖啡先，啜。跟住就，唔係，做乜鬼？呢個係咪可以拆㗎？錶面，跟住仲有個螺絲。呢個爛咗錶面唔要嘅，我哋換個新嘢俾佢。
I've not gone a day without this watch since my wife gave it to me.
唉，又係嗰啲回憶嘅物品。跟住錶面擺翻落去，擺翻個底。誒，好似完啦，好似整完啦，陣間砌翻個錶帶，冇問題，冇問題。噠噠，新嘅一樣，好靚啊！佢嗰啲 3D 整得。
As I handed the watch back to Joseph, my fingers traced over the engraving on the back. I hoped fixing this was one small way I could help him move forward.
佢就幫佢整好隻錶啦。
I can't believe it's working, Maria. Thank you.
飲水。
My wife was a brilliant woman. Feeling this ticking on my wrist, it makes me feel like she's still here.
好吸引。
Watches measure minutes and hours like they're infinite. I didn't know we had so little time. Even with Isabel, I barely see her. And when I do, she acts like she hates me.
哎呀，嗰啲好複雜嘅家庭問題，咁佢老婆就唔喺度，唯一俾佢嘅就係隻錶，跟住佢又唔夠時間陪佢個女咁樣。
Just then, the phone rang. Even when he was at home, his work was never done.
Sorry, Maria. I have to take this. I'll see you at the festival tomorrow.
As I
好忙嘅男人。
I turned and saw him pacing the floor of his office, his watch glinting in the afternoon sun. I hoped its quiet ticking would at least bring him some peace during the busy days to come.
好。呢個係咩嚟㗎？
When my last job of the day brought me to Carmen's apartment, the door was opened by someone I didn't expect to see, Helena.
我見到個 Helena 係 Maria 個細妹，應該見到佢嚟揾。嚟俾工作我哋做。
Carmen's apartment was a little chaotic, but totally charming. It was easy to imagine her living in a place like this. It definitely wasn't Helena's style. She seemed more upmarket than flea market. I wondered why she was even here.
We're having a clear out, or at least I am. Carmen's not helping, as usual. There's a market at the festival tomorrow. I'm selling some of these things to make her some money.
賣咁啲舊嘢，然後就可以有多啲錢啦。
She says she has nothing when there's all all this stuff right under her nose.
Helena stepped delicately past the items on the floor and reached down to pick up one from the pile.
Look at this slide projector. Our parents treasured it, but Carmen treats it like a piece of junk. Can you take a look?
哦 projector 嚟嘅，原來呢個嘢投影機啊，好多舊嘅嘢。不過而家好似投影機而家好似有啲新嘅係即係細部啲，然後扮復古。睇下先，我哋拆開佢嚟睇下先。上嚟，跟住咧有啲咩入邊？呢個咩嚟㗎？
That light bulb is completely smashed.
哦，燈膽，換一個新嘢俾佢。
Okay, I'll need to redirect the light to the lens at the top for the projector to work.
係咪要播電線啊？呢度呢個咩嚟㗎？哦，又係嗰啲要折射嗰啲啊！等等啊，擺咗落先。打橫咁樣啊？咁點樣擺啊？要哦，我哋一個一個嚟啦，攞翻走先。要校角度咁樣。其實我都唔係好肯定係咪咁樣。佢向邊邊啊？咁樣啊？跟住剩低嗰個咧？剩低嗰個點樣擺啊？等等，佢咪頂住咯，唔係咩？完全唔知呢度做緊乜嘢，其實咁樣，佢點樣先會唔頂住啊？攞翻出嚟先。咁樣唔知啊，我完全唔知做緊乜嘢。個問題係都擺唔到呢一嚿啊！等下即係其實擺兩嚿㗎咋。咁樣試下先，係咪㗎？係咪真係咁樣㗎？有條電線嘅，電線擺邊啊？電線要播喺邊度啊？唔係喎，佢啱啱有個蓋，呢度有警棍，打開嚟睇下先。
Oh, typical. Carmen's even managed to get a slide stuck in here.
我想睇呢個，冇，擺過嚟先。呢度有啲咩啊？有張投影片，跟住呢， 係咪？等先，呢度好迷啊！我唔識整呢個嘢。冇嘢，我覺得冇嘢砌喺呢度，有嘢砌咩？定係擺上去，跟住再睇。哦，即係佢個光係要射上去嘅，應該。好難睇啊，得唔得啊？咁樣，你唔係呢個方向喎。哦，明白啦。佢嘅第三塊嗰個係喺上邊，但係呢個方向唔啱，應該咁樣擺應該係。
There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
係咪啊？等一等啊！咦，唔係好啱咁嘅，等等。試下先。啊！但係條電線要，啊！條電線要擺邊啊？啊！條電線唔通要駁呢度，駁喺呢度係咪啊？哦，咁所以就掹咗出嚟先。條電線係咪呢度？哎，好煩啊！可唔可以唔好轉啊？呢度係咪啊？係咪啊？誒，呢度唔係咩？唔係呢度咩？唔係喎。而家咁樣呢？向上咁樣。啊！有光啊
So excited when I moved to the city. Carmen, she looks so sad.
哇！有多幾張相。
Here's the clicker you'll need to attach. God knows how Carmen broke that as well.
呢個擺，誒？睇下佢啲相先，哦，好正啊！佢哋將啲相整成呢個投影片。咦？我要擺邊度？
There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
呢個掣，咦？呢個掣。喺呢度係咪啊 ？OK， 哦，可以擺落去。我就真係冇見過呢一種投影機。 係咪完啊？跟住撳個掣。啊，唔係，佢仲有啲螺絲未上。咁條電線係冇用㗎？見唔見到我有條電線啊？啊，我見到啦，呢度。
I think I've missed a screw somehow.
OK。總之又上返啲螺絲先。完啦係嘛？跟住係咪咧撳個掣可以換㗎？等我試下先。啊，好先進啊！
When we were younger, Carmen was always following me around.
再換上。
I suppose she looked up to me. A cool older sister.
卡文係家姐啫。
She used to ask me when I was coming home, but I was always too busy.
好正啊！原來呢種投影機可以自動換嗰啲中間嗰啲膠片。好完，肥仔水時間。
Elena was transfixed, staring at the two young sisters the projector had brought glaringly into focus.
I never meant to let her down.
But you haven't, have you? You came all this way just to help with the cafe, plus the money.
That's the problem. There is no money. I lost my job a few months ago. My savings are almost gone. I have nothing.
哦，原來佢係扮嘅啫，即係唔想佢家姐擔心，就喺度扮佢仲好有錢，可以幫到佢。
Carmen thinks I'll throw my checkbook at her bad decisions and make them okay. But I can't. Not this time. You know, the funny thing is, I came here wanting to tell her the truth. But she's so infuriating. How can I ask her for help when all she cares about is herself?
Helena fell silent, shrinking under the gaze of her younger self, projected onto the wall.
We drifted so far apart when I moved away. It felt like the only thing keeping us together was my bank balance. I know I have to tell her the truth. It isn't fair. But I already lost everything else. What if I lose her too?
我好想快啲睇落去嘅古仔，到底佢哋可唔可以好返呢？
The day of the festival finally came, and after all my hard work, I was ready to put down my tools and pick up a fork. The smell as I entered the main square
終於
was
到嗰
incredible.
個
Each
festival
stall
嗰日
was
啦。
selling food even more delicious than the last. The competition would start any minute. Most stall holders were waiting anxiously for the mayor to pay them a visit.
大家都喺度
All
等
of
市
them,
長
that
嚟
was, except
試味。
Carmen, who was still frantically chopping vegetables and stirring pots.
Maria! Thank God you're here. Can I ask you the world's biggest favour?
又嚟啦佢。
Helena was supposed to help me run the store today, but she never turned up. Probably too ashamed to show her face. I can't believe she lied to me.
Carmen was stirring so furiously, she was in danger of tipping the pot over altogether.
The mayor will be here any minute for the judging, but I'm almost out of my special.
佢乜嘢都冇準備喎呢個人。
She wasn't really going to ask me, was she? Not on my day off.
係咯，我放假嘅喎今日，你咩都冇準備就話要我幫你做嘢？嗯？
I have a stove ready to build and everything. Can you set it up and make me a spare batch?
仲要我入廚房做嘢添，唉真係。呢個係咩啊？gas爐啊，係咪？誒鑊嚟嘅喎，等先。哦，要幫佢煮湯係咪啊？ 佢寫咩啊 ？ingredient， 你睇唔到啊？一個 one pint of stock， 跟住我睇唔到，佢冇得啊，有得睇。
Oh, her recipe
四
is a
分一
bit
啊，
smudged.
佢睇唔到
Never
喎。
mind, I'm sure whatever I put in will be fine.
樂天派呢個係主人公，佢話咩唔緊要啦，嗰啲感覺派，陣間就會整得好噶啦嗰個湯。我哋整一個呢個咩嚟㗎？整一個爐先，個爐有啲乜嘢？嘿，爭一個。OK
It all
啦，
fits. Now to light the gas.
點火。冇火嘅。哦，唔係喎，要火柴。等啊，聞煤氣得先，攞咗個火先。火柴。喂，佢可唔可以俾我攞一支出嚟啊？喂，唔係拆呢度咩？喂，成盒着火，等。唔好，早晨啊，哈利妹，歡迎你嚟睇台啊！哇，着火，跟住就唔係喎，咁我要開住個爐先嗱，我哋開住個，哇，而家好似開嗰啲實驗台開分身飛行咁，開咗個 gas 先，攞火柴着火，開啊！好完，我哋有火啦，有呢個藍色嘅火，跟住就放個煲燒乾鍋啊！落咗個湯落去先。喂，唔俾我落嘅。本身燈係啊，好危險！喂，等啊！我哋個火已經開咗啦，但係個湯未準備好。攞走，好危險啊！呢個遊戲好危險啊！攞個煲，有個湯。喂，得啦，有湯啦！跟住咧就擺個湯上去。好，我哋有湯啊！
I think that pot is really boiling now. Smells great if I say so myself.
做埋大廚啊！而家我本身嚟 fix 嘢嘅啫嘛，佢叫埋我入廚房做嘢
Ingredients
喎。
that Carmen's given me. What to add first?
佢嗰張紙仔仲要，喂，佢咁多嘢嘅，你真係當我大廚啊！等我望下張紙先。睇下先，1/4 stick of， 跟住 half a carrot 我睇得到，1/4係咪豆腐咧？睇下先，2個西蘭花，half a carrot 我睇咗啲睇到先。唔係我講乜嘢？即係我放咗啲我睇得到嘅紙。呢度係咪一半啊？咁我咪掉晒啦，唔得。我變咗紅色啊！蘿蔔湯呢度咪一半咯，佢切咗一半噶嘛呢度。OK， 跟住2個西蘭花，1嚿。
That looks good. I'll scoop a spoonful when I'm ready to serve.
佢要匙羹啊！有2嚿西蘭花，跟住就 handful of chopped tomato。handful 即係幾多啊？落得2嚿先，handful 即係咩？一隻手攞到嘅嘢，應該攞到2-3嚿啩，我諗。睇下先啊，3個 wild mushroom， 三塊定3個啊？其實3個嘅話就成個落去啦，半個嚟嘅喎呢個，即係3個，即係我要落6個係咪啊？數學係咪咁樣計？我好驚啊！佢變緊色啊！最尾整咗咩出嚟啊 ？Plenty of 咁樣月龍，仲有啲咩咧 ？Plenty of 呢個係洋葱係咪啊？唔緊要，洋葱 煲湯落洋葱唔會有錯嘅，落多啲先。哇！死啦，變咗紫色添。跟住咧，第一次仲有咩啊？1/4個 stick， 哦，唔知咩，我估係豆腐，呢個咪豆腐嚟嘅，不過佢切咗啦嘛。早晨啊，蘇拿紅戰士，歡迎你哋睇台啊！而家變咗地獄廚神，點解紫色嘅煲湯？我唔理啦，上菜。唔知點解變咗紫色啊 ？Four season soup，OK。佢唔俾評價我嘅，係咪我整錯咗啊？其實。
My part done, Carmen took over and added the finishing touches. It was just in time, as a moment later, Joseph arrived with Izzy in tow. Carmen anxiously
又唔係
handed them
Seica
both
呵
a
，OK 煮完之後人哋飲啫嘛，係市長飲啊，市長嚟試嗰個 Carmen 嘅嗰間餐廳嘅嘢食。
That was so tasty. Can I have some more,
哇
please?！
超好評價，果然係大廚，果然係大廚喺度，讚我啦，讚我啦。
Well, you've certainly earned yourself a loyal customer in my daughter. We have a few more meals to taste, but so far you are one of the best. Good luck.
哇！咁好
Joseph
評
and
價
Izzy looked so happy together. Maybe the festival was doing them some good after all. Carmen, on the other hand, seemed annoyed. But why, when it had all gone so well?
I wish Helena was here to see this. She's so convinced I'll never succeed at anything.
佢想佢細妹嚟
She
睇
wants what's
佢。
best for you. She's just not very tactful about it.
Yes, I know. Even when I was a kid, she pushed me when no one else did. I just wish she hadn't lied to me. But then, I've asked so much of her over the years. I never stopped to think how much she actually had to give.
好啦，我哋仲有1、2、3，應該仲有3關就完啦。嗰、個星星唔知係咪嘅？
The festival finished.
到底嘅兩姊妹可唔可以和好翻呢？哦，佢走啦，原來主人公要走啦。
I couldn't go without saying goodbye to Carmen. So, that evening, I made my way to the cafe. It was unrecognizable. She'd done it. Best food
哇！
in
攞獎啊，好
Half
開
the
心啊！
town was outside waiting to see what the fuss was about.
Maria! My favourite sous chef! Come on through!
It was
係我嘅
Carmen,
功勞啊，原
acting
來。
every inch the successful cafe owner she deserved to be. Even Helena was there, serving the coffees. This was the last place I expected to see her after yesterday's drama. Carmen led me through to a balcony upstairs, where she brought out an old record player.
I found out where Helena was on the day of the festival. She was selling her camera to clear the cafe's debts. But then she didn't have much left for herself. So,
哦，佢買咗
I've
佢
asked
相
her to
機，
come stay with me for a while. We have a lot of catching up to do.
因為唔夠錢，即係佢賣咗相機就幫補咗間餐廳少少，所以佢而家就喺度打工啊。
I wanted to give her this to cheer her up. We listened to it all the time when we were kids. Do you think
然後
it has
要
one last tune in it?
整翻好嗰、個呢個係乜嘢？黑膠碟係咪黑膠碟嚟？但係佢畫到咁細嘅黑膠碟機，咁就可以係佢哋兩姊妹細個嘅回憶。咁樣幾好啊！但係賣咗個相機好慘喎，佢講到話係啲咩限量
Okay,
版。
let's see what happens when we turn this on.
我哋睇下呢個黑膠碟啦。
The speaker is
冇啊冇冇撳錯掣。
I should check the wiring.
好。黑
Here's the problem. This wiring isn't connected properly.
佢冇接好，係咪啊？呢邊啊？ 唔啱，應該仲爭2條線。等等啊！其實我都唔知黑膠碟機入邊係點樣。呢個咩嚟㗎？我拎出嚟先。有得拎出嚟嘅嘢我就會拎出嚟。咁樣係咪即係唔啱？唔啱。啊，得啦。呢個唔係咁樣。等等。嗰2條電線插喺邊嘅？好似覺得唔係咁樣喎。Hello Donna， 歡迎你哋睇台啊！你今日係呢個 technician 砌嘢嘅，好靚啊！呢個 game 咧，佢啲 3D 整得好靚啊！好似爭1條電線。呢個佢插喺邊度？冇地方俾我擺呢條線喎。睇下先。好靚，我都講係啊，係嗰個小遊戲咯，都差唔多玩完佢啦。佢個故仔都幾有趣，我覺得。搞唔掂喎，呢個擺邊啊？唔緊要，睇翻佢，睇翻其他嘢上去先。我哋陣間就會睇得到噶啦。陣間最尾就會發現到係邊個位有問題。試下開機先。喂，冇。點解啊？因為呢條線冇駁到咯，但係我唔知駁喺邊啊，因為睇下先啊。呢度一定係呢度噶啦，佢着燈。呢個係咩掣嚟嘅本身？較大細聲，唔係較大，係咪較大細聲定係換？唔知，其實我唔識用呢個機，但係佢就而家冇駁電。即係快轉嘅意思係咪呢一個logo？佢應該由另一邊係有對應嘅先係㗎。點解會冇嘅？喺邊度啊？唔通係喺個
？Connected properly. I should check the wiring. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
睇下先，唔係喎，唔係佢喎，應該冇錯嘅呢兩度。可唔可以假裝冇呢條線啊？掹咗佢先。 如果咁樣就兩邊都唔着。誒，唔通係呢度？冇啊！點解會咁啊？點解會咁啊？神奇到咧，仲有一個，定睇佢呢條線嘅另一邊係邊度啊？佢最衰咧，佢冇得 zoom in 啦，我好想放大佢嚟睇。呢度啊？有冇人用過卡式帶？唔係呢個黑膠碟機都唔會有人，就算用過都唔會拆開嚟睇。不過啊，呢度，唉，我知啦，大天才喺度。
I think that should do it. This record should play beautifully.
冇錯 ，OK， 搞掂，完美。我哋試下呢個中間先，跟住播。
It's spinning the wrong way.
吓？等，唔好啊！佢唔啱方向。好啦，我哋而家再嚟個。咁咪可以調轉佢嚟聽咯，咁唔係好得意咩？等先，我哋而家要換一嚿嘢。係啊，換嚿先。呢個啊，係嘛？喂，邊個先係啊？即係我逐個試。仲唔係你？係咪可以撳埋嚟試下先啊？
This motor doesn't seem to work. Maybe I'll have better luck with a different one.
好，唔緊要，我哋再試其他。即係得，試呢個灰色呢嚿。喂，等。擺橡筋，今次得啦啩
Well, it's playing in the right direction. I should check it's turning
What
at the
will
correct
remain
speed.
of these days? The sweetest word.
啱埋去個 speed 唔啱咩？大聲啲，可唔可以快啲？有啲
What
啊，
will remain of the sound?
嗰啲俾人低 call 啊，好正！呢個係肥宅版，我一定會喺屋企聽呢一個。飲水先。救命啊！好，你呢啲肥宅聲冇抵過嚟。好啦，我哋教翻個正常。即係專低 call。唔係啊，歡迎你啊 Dennis。雖然低 call 啊，冇特別中意，但係有聽過咯。有陣時唔覺意咧 YouTube 會推薦一啲。好搞笑。好啦，我哋唔玩，我會交功課。
What will remain of the smiles? The ones that stole my heart that day.
完 OK。
The record player's crackling tune must have caught Helena's ear, as she appeared a few moments later.
Is that my old record player? I can't believe you've kept it all these years, Carmen.
Leaning over the music, they looked just like the young sisters the slide projector had preserved all these years, inseparable once again.
唉，真係好啊，佢哋好返啊，兩姊妹。
Carmen told me about your camera. That was a really generous thing to do.
I loved that camera, but I love my sister more. Now it's her time to be the person she wants to be. I'm going to stay here with her for a while. Make up for lost time.
Carmen and Helena's relationship wasn't suddenly going to be perfect, but they were both prepared to try. And to think, it had all started because of a call Carmen made about some seasoning tips.
一切就由個撥
I
輪
guess in
電
the
話
end,
開
maybe
始。
it wasn't so hard to just pick up the phone and dial. I hadn't spoken to my own parents in a year. I wanted to hear their voices more than anything.
掛住屋企啦，要打返屋
Silence
企。
between us was so cavernous. I didn't know how I'd ever find the words to bridge it.
"之後係咪返屋企啦
My final
，Maria？"
morning in Bellariva, I received one last call out to Joseph and
我又
Izzy's
係去市
I knew
長
I
屋
had
企
to。pack, but I figured I could squeeze in one final job before I had to leave. When I arrived, I found Joseph tidying up his wilderness of a garden. The playhouse was already cleared. Inside, I could see Izzy happily testing out her screw-driving skills on the back of her cassette deck.
You've made quite the impression. Izzy, tells me she's going to be a repairwoman like Maria.
哦，
I'm
好
sure
好
she
啊！
could be anything she wanted if she put her mind to it.
She could. She's a brilliant child. Spending the day with her at the festival, I haven't had so much fun in ages. I wanted to give her something before she starts to forget.
Inside, the house was transformed, flooded with light and the sounds of the garden. It felt alive again. This would be my last repair in Bellariva, but it felt like it was the house that had really been restored.
It's a music box. It used to play beautifully, but now when I wind it up, nothing happens.
整呢個音樂盒，個市長想送俾個女，
I'd love for
我哋
Izzy
而
to
家
hear
就
it sing again.
拎
Can you
翻呢
help?
個音樂盒。哦，咁細嘅呢嚿嘢。好啦，上扭螺絲。呢個咩
Maria,
嚟啊？
could you add this family picture of us?
有個新嘅相。OK，睇下入邊先。咦？入邊係爭咩？入邊鎖匙？好似唔啱喎，佢應該最尾先至係用鎖匙。啊！呢度卡住咗，唔通個螺絲喺底度？咩嚟㗎呢個？大天才喺度，我就知啲螺絲喺個底度。好啦，拆咗個底座先，跟住嗰個應該入邊嗰嚿嘢應該可以攞出嚟啦。睇下先，冇事發生呢度。
This mechanism is completely broken. I'll need to take it all apart before I can fix it.
要拆晒佢啊！啫，哇！佢係嗰啲咧，嗰啲搞，跟住會有啲貼片嗰種音樂盒。拆咗先，呢個就係個樂譜，個樂譜就係寫喺呢一個金屬嗰個卷軸入邊。 然後佢經過嗰個鐵片就會有聲。我之前好似有試過自己整。拆晒啲嘢出嚟先，仲有啲咩啊？呢個點樣拆㗎？應該冇得拆啊！咁我哋擺個新嘅，哎呀呀，樂譜，跟住就新嘅齒輪。應該還好啊嘛，咁樣。誒，螺絲擺唔返上去嘅。哦，應該擺咗粒螺絲先啊嘛，咁樣。OK， 擺唔到落去嘅。然後就上螺絲，係嘛？好似係，唔係喎？擺喺啱擺咗底咗先。嘿嘿嘿，好啦，底咗已經完成啦，跟住就擺翻個座。呢個係膠水黐張新嘅相，跟住就上翻個螺絲。仲有粒喺度。咁咪完啦！我咪擺翻個櫃桶先。咁咪完啦，跟住冇聲嘅，冇聲嘅，點解啊？點解啊？點解啊？唔緊要，就嚟個失敗係成功阿媽，我哋就嚟個，可能佢齒輪擺唔啱位啊，啱啱。我哋再攞個上嚟，擺咗呢個先，跟住再擺呢個。唔係你啊！擺呢個。就咁睇都好明顯，我係冇擺啱嘅。呢個唔啱，我覺得。睇下先啦。呢個可能啱，可能。陣間可以試試先嘅，唔緊要。應該唔啱，應該呢個咁樣。金色嗰個應該係中間，係咪咧？試下先。咁樣睇上去好似好怪，但其實係應該可以咁樣試下先。係咪真係 work 嘅意思啊？咁我中間嗰兩個唔喐有咩用啊？問號問號啊，真係黑人問號。等等啦，試多次先。 嗯，我試下換一換位先。如果換呢個得唔得啊？哦，咁樣係嘛？咁樣正常啲喎，睇上。好啦，就咁啦。
The mechanism is good as new.
哦，OK，perfect 啦，perfect 啦。咁我哋就上翻個螺絲。應該得㗎啦，今次冇問題，冇問題啊！擺翻落去，完美啊！一定係咁啊！哦，佢仲有嗰隻咩嚟㗎？雞啊，唔係有雀仔喺度，可以轉轉下，好得意啊！嗯？誒？呢個而家爭咩啊？點解仲爭嘢咁嘅？好似好得意啊！有隻雀仔喺度，唔要佢啊！要佢頭先唔係咁樣啊！我知啦，我係咪要我咪調轉咗擺呢塊嘢？但佢冇得喐嘅喎，唔啱咩咁樣？啊！我知啦，呢度係咪仲有嘢要砌啊？呢度係啦，仲有隻雀仔，唔怪得覺得爭咁啲嘢啦。呢個長方形嘅櫃桶應該係得啦。
Everything back together again. I should play it to make sure.
佢轉嘅時候會夾上嚟，好得意啊！
My wife used to
Wow,
sing
there
the
we
song
are.
to Izzy each night before bed, but I always worked too late to join them. Will you dream a dream for me if I sit by your side and hold you so tight? Know that I will always love you, even though we both know that we must.
好好啊，佢唱得好好啊！好 sweet 啊，有得呢個瞓覺之前嘅
So much already.
歌。
I want to be the father my wife wanted me to be. I've ended up so much like my own father, working all the time. Izzy needs me more than that, especially now it's just the two of us. My daughter comes first. Well, until she gets bored of her stuffy old dad anyway.
I'll never ever get bored of you, Dad.
佢哋好翻
Izzy
啊個
came
關
running
係。
into the room where Joseph scooped her up and onto his shoulders. She gazed at the music box, her eyes shining. I'd never seen her look so happy.
Thank you, Maria, for everything. The things you fixed for me. I'm so glad to have them back.
好好啊！我哋修補啲小東西，就順便修復埋人哋啲關係，好開心。
Joseph was a good father, and I could tell he was determined to be an even better one. When it came down to it, that was all any of us wanted. A second chance to make something right. My time in Bellariva was almost over, but before I left, I knew there was something of my own I needed to fix.
幫人哋修理完啲嘢之後，就要幫自己修理。好似最後一關啊！哦，就係第一關嗰個行李 佢要 pack 翻啲嘢啊嘛。頭先第一關就係要 unpack 佢個行
My
李。
time in Bellariva was almost at an end. Another chapter finished in a story whose ending I hadn't felt ready to write. The people I'd met, the items I'd restored, they'd taught me so much about what was really important. Pulling out my suitcase from beneath the bed, I remembered the day I stole it from my parents' shop, the day I left. Afterwards, I was too ashamed to call them, to apologize. It was a guilt I'd been carrying around every day since.
個篋係佢喺父母間店度偷走，跟住自此之後就冇再聯絡過父
I knew
母
that。it was up to me to find a way to lighten the load.
佢而家就要翻去啦。哦，執篋啊，最中意執篋。打開。喂，好多嘢啊，好多嘢啊！睇先啊！哇，個恐龍仔，好得意啊！
Helena gave me these designer shirts. Not sure I'll pull them off as well as she does.
食譜啊，梗係要珍藏呢個食譜啊！攞咗全個鎮最好味嘅嘢食嗰間餐廳。
My train ticket. Can't believe it's time to leave Bellariva behind.
我擺完呢個佢唔出嗰個字嘅。
My parents would love Bellariva. Maybe I can convince them to make the trip. The recipe for Carmen's special. I'm under strict instructions to guard it with my life.
冇錯冇錯，頭先整嗰個湯好好玩。
Joseph's idea of light reading for the train. It does look thorough.
呢個係咪啊？你頭先係嗰個 light reading， 定係下邊嗰本書？
The soundtrack to my travels. I'll be listening to this on the journey.
佢有提色帶可以聽。呢個係咪個女仔送㗎
Izzy
啦？
gave me this
係
in
啊。
exchange for my repair manual. She'll be a pro in no time.
好完成。
My suitcase was full, but it was my heart that felt heavy as I made my way to the station.
好少嘢做喎
I'm
個篋。
sorry to be leaving Bellariva behind, but I hoped that in my own small way I'd made a difference. Helena and Carmen's reunion was possible because they'd learned to overcome their differences.
我今次呢個 game 就係修復咗兩批人嘅關係。
Joseph had realized he shouldn't let his grief or his work get in the way of his relationship with Izzy. They'd each learned to see things from someone else's perspective. Maybe it was time I saw things through my parents' eyes. I knew it would be easier to jump on the next train, put even more distance between us, but I finally felt ready to talk to them. I just didn't know if they would feel the same. Did I even remember their number? I wasn't sure until I reached for the phone and it all came flooding back.
打電話要打電話俾好多年冇見嘅父母。
Mom? Dad?
Maria? Is that you?
啊，完啦！哇，好好啊，我覺得佢故仔好好。咁我哋就睇過埋個 credit 先，我飲埋個水先啊。咁樣慢慢玩都玩咗2個鐘，但佢比我想象中個古仔嘅含量，即係佢個古仔佔個遊戲嘅成分比較多咯，覺得好似睇緊嗰啲有聲書咁樣。白紙，係啊，玩完啦，好開心！呢個 game 又係買咗好耐，跟住擺咗喺度好耐，一直都想揾機會玩，但係未有機會咁樣。係啊，好多謝大家嚟睇台啊！咁我就覺得係咯，我比較中意呢個 game 嘅古仔多過佢個 game 點樣玩咯。但佢入邊嗰啲 3D 咧又整得好靚，同埋佢真係好有嗰種用手去維修一啲嘢嘅感覺咯，即係佢整得幾好嘅其實。 我自己都好中意做呢啲嘢，嗰啲咩上螺絲啊，拆開嗰啲譬如嗰啲機啊、劇 set 帶，我冇試過拆劇 set 帶，但我拆過嗰啲可能 Game Boy 啊、PSP 啊嗰啲咁樣，嗰啲舊嘅遊戲機咧，個感覺好似咯，所以我覺得佢整得好好，其實嗰個感覺，同埋佢個 art style 都好靚啦，跟住佢個古仔就好似好似繪本咁樣，但係雖然唔知點解我今日個遊戲屏幕其實 cut 咗2條邊咯，但我而家校咗 Window Mode 咧，係我 game 本身有問題，所以我係咁就解決唔到。不過就都好推薦大家去玩呢個 game 嘅，因為佢有出喺手機上邊咯，我覺得喺手機上面玩應該會適合啲。因為電腦16佢唔係16:9個度，咁樣就係有啲即係我而家直播我都唔係用16:9，所以就我撳唔到佢16:9，因為係啊，所以我覺得係幾適合可能得閒嘅時候啊，或者瞓覺之前啊，咁去撳下當係睇下古仔咁樣咯，我覺得幾舒服嘅。通關散花耶！故事幾heartwarming，係啊，係嗰啲佢講咗一個姊妹嘅關係啦，同埋一個父女嘅關係，而我自己覺得都可能好多人都有共鳴咯，我覺得，我覺得我自己我覺得我幾中意姊妹嗰個，因為我都有姊妹，即係嗰啲其實有時兄弟姊妹嗰啲溝通，其實喺溝通上面唔夠咯，有時唔係真係會產生好多誤會咯，因為溝通唔夠，即係好似頭先嗰個故仔咁，嗰2個人係點樣講呢？其實佢哋都好 care 對方嘅，但係佢哋做出嚟嘅嘢就好似唔係咁樣，但係因為佢哋表達得唔好，或者中間有啲誤會咁樣，跟住就覺得嗰個女主角咧，去幫人 fix 嘢嘅時候，順便 fix 埋佢哋嘅關係，跟住我覺得好正，佢好用心咯，喺寫故仔嗰度，就係咁樣啊！睇下先，佢個 credit 有幾耐啊？唔可以，原來我要人手撳啊 ！OK， 我以為佢自己過添，唔好意思啊。佢呢個係揭古仔書嘅形式。咁我哋好快咁樣飛過去啦。Finish， 好嘢！誒，仲有 one last thing 啊！佢仲有個 epilogue 咖啡機啊！好正啊！因為我屋企最近買咗咖啡機。
Dear Maria, Carmen here. Sorry I haven't written. The cafe's been absolutely manic since you left.
佢一個咖啡唔係咖啡，佢個咖啡咧就生意好好啦。多謝阿 Maria。
Luckily, I have Helena here to help. You wouldn't recognise her. She's like a new woman. She's always running around, taking orders and making drinks. I even heard her compliment a customer on their outfit. Personally, I draw the line at fluorescent green bowling shirts, but each to their own. It certainly made the customer smile. She misses the city, though. Bellariva's many things, but it's definitely not as chic as she'd like. She said there was a coffee shop near her old apartment where they made coffee with a shape drawn on top.
拉花 coffee 係嘛？
It got me thinking, I'm an award-winning chef. I can figure out how to put a leaf on a cappuccino. A bit of cosmopolitan coffee might be just
佢要整嗰
what I
啲
need.
latte art。
Of course, ordering a new coffee machine was the easy part. I wish you could have seen the mess I got into trying to put the thing together.
但係咖啡機唔會使自己砌㗎，正常嚟講，佢呢個 espresso 機，我哋嚟睇下先。New Combi。
I saw Maria use her screwdriver a million times. Taking this apart will be easy.
Easy。睇先，有螺絲嘅地方就拆咗螺絲先。佢連個底板都拆咗出嚟，佢都幾犀利。呢個唔係可以攞上嚟？等等啊！因為上面仲有螺絲。好啦，你拆咗個蓋啦。
These pipes look pretty simple. I should start with them.
點解佢嗰個蒸汽？佢個蒸汽嗰條管有蒸汽嘅， 都冇駁嘢。佢有啲蒸氣聲，好不安，好危險啊！我呢份工我好危險啊！嗰個底板要擺邊啊？睇下先，撳咗佢就知噶啦。唔知啊，哇！睇佢幾多電線？呢個係好啦，我哋接電線先。
Maybe I should focus on the pipes first. They look
Check
easy.
on the pipes。好啦，我哋唔好搞電線，我哋搞到嗰啲管先。
How can there be so much steam? Oh, I'm getting soaked.
睇下先，嘿，跟住咧，我睇下嗰啲蒸汽要去邊咧？其實，咦？呢個後邊係咪可以拆出嚟先？拆埋呢個先啊！拆晒啲嘢咧就唔使咁煩。哇！仲有條線喺度，呢個咪擺喺呢度啊？唔係喎，到底呢個擺喺上邊唔通？睇下先啊！我就係想知呢塊板要擺喺邊度啫。冇，呢個殼嚟嘅，唔關事。哦，依度係嘛 ？OK， 哦，但係佢外邊㗎，咁唔理佢住都。買咗一嚿唔知乜嘢，最中意玩駁水管㗎啦，我冇問題，冇問題。我頭先好似亂咁砌咗個嘢，抄翻出嚟先。啊！但係佢有冇分顏色咧？佢應該有分顏色嘅，紅色對紅色咁樣。呢度擺邊個咧？後邊唔通？呢度前邊嚟嘅 ，OK。藍色管得一條啫，應該就係咁樣擺。呢個餅乾碎係嗰個 setting 嗰頁，好得意。哦 ，Wisteria， 多謝你，多謝你 Wait 台啊，係咪啊？係咪我第一次接收台？等等啊，我點樣撳㗎？我唔使撳㗎，係咪啊？我多謝啊，多謝你 Wait 台過嚟啊！大家好啊！多謝你啊，多謝你啊！我好多謝你啊！我真係第一次有人降落，我開咗台咁耐，第一次有人降落，好開心啊！多謝你，多謝你。係啊 ，Wisteria 嘅觀眾大家好啊！我係如野星哥啊！咁我而家咧玩緊呢一個係一個 puzzle 類嘅遊戲啦。咁我平時開台都中意玩 puzzle 類嘅遊戲多，同埋玩音遊啦。咁我亦另外都會喺星期二開手工台嘅，通常。係啊，歡迎晒咁多位過嚟啊！我即刻嘢都唔識講，好緊張。但係咧，我而家呢個遊戲咧係玩到最後一關，呢個係一個 bonus 嘅關，咁就砌緊呢一個咖啡機。呢個係啊，呢個唔知點解咁多水管喺入邊嘅咖啡機。多謝 V 台啊，好開心啊！我而家唔記得自己做緊乜嘢添，等等啊！我而家砌緊藍色呢個 ，OK。好。呢啲都 OK， 黃色搞掂。好似得嘞喎嘛！即係 can't be right 下睇上去好啊，又唔啱咩？啊呢個錯方向，錯方向。 攞唔翻呢條啊！喂，冇咁樣。
The pipes are all connected, but there's still steam everywhere. Something's in the wrong place.
呢個
That steam doesn't look good. There must be something wrong with the pipes.
啊，我知啦，呢個
Finally, no more steam.
好嘢，砌完啦。跟住咧就到後邊，我哋嚟接電線。唔識真係唔啱，咁咪試一個試到佢啱咯，應該係咁，除非唔係，點解唔係嘅？乜鬼嘢？等先，掹翻出嚟先。哦，後尾砌咗呢個就係1、2、3，上邊係對，睇下先啊。好忙，好多線喺呢度，呢度應該係砌呢度，對翻佢嗰個圖案。如果佢可以放大少少就好啦，個遊戲好難睇啊！完全睇唔到啦，接邊度啊？好似見到着燈啦，咁我就當佢啱先啦。哦，搞掂，有燈，嗰個係咪蒸汽嚟㗎？跟住咧，哦，我知啦，呢度1、2、3啦，就對應呢3個符號嘅，咁我就喺前邊度睇翻佢代表邊度先，等啊。電係睇唔出嘅喎，等我試下先。講啦 SS， 歡迎你嚟睇台啊 SS。而家玩緊呢個砌嘢嘅遊戲最後一關啊，其實本身我以為係完㗎啦，佢出咗個遊戲 credit 之後，我本身以為可以收台。跟住而家就最後一關 bonus 嘅，玩埋佢先。啊，個1、2、3代表乜嘢咧？佢冇燈俾我，因為呢度。睇下佢個位置先。唔緊要，試下先啦。咁就，反正佢一定係連3個嘅啦，我就擺晒上先，陣間再睇。呢度會唔會有燈咧？唔知。啊，有燈啦，即係代表 work 啦，係嘛？紅色即係唔 work，咁樣即係 work 啦。咁咪即係冇問題咯，係咪啊？係咪完啊？咁啊，真係好迷啊！下邊嗰個到底要點樣？算啦，我當我整完先啦。好，上螺絲。我哋嘅咖啡機應該就冇問題嘅啦。呢塊嘢喺邊㗎？喂，等先，呢塊嘢喺邊㗎？佢而家跌咗啲咩落嚟啊？ 有啊，有蒸汽啊！呢個咩嚟㗎？啲水好似唔啱咁嘅，點解？
All of these parts supposed to go in there.
誒誒，呢個 part 咪啱咯，唔啱咩？呢個慘啊！我頭先查完呢個嘢出嚟之後，佢點解咁奇怪嘅？哦，呢塊嘢喺前面嘅，咁樣噶嘛，應該係嘛？一般嚟講，佢會睇到個電線嘅咩？唔會噶嘛？唔係咁樣擺上去咩？
Finally, no more steam.
係咯，我蒸汽嗰個砌得啱噶喎，應該。係，搞掂啦，咁樣啊嘛。雖然佢個水唔知點解好奇怪，蒸汽又應該冇問題嘅。點解啊？係咪完啦？
It looks like I've forgotten a screw.
哦，漏咗個螺絲，好似喺個側邊啊，係啊。咦？我漏咗螺絲，漏咗喺邊度？唔緊要，唔緊要，應該係入邊嗰塊，我諗睇多次先啊。
It looks like I've forgotten a screw.
check 下先，呢度係啦。OK， 今次應該冇問題啦。仲差最後一粒。
I think that's everything.
係咯，得啦
Press
嘛。
the buttons just to make sure.
撳掣有蒸汽蒸奶嘅，同埋撳呢個有水，係咪得啦？
All done. Piece of cake. Time to make my first coffee, I think.
耶！哇，仲有得整咖啡，好開心喎！擺個 espresso 粉上去啦，跟住咧撳，唔係擺咗個杯先，跟住撳 espresso， 跟住要蒸奶。
Smells delicious. Now to make it look magical.
冇錯冇錯，跟住咧，哇！佢咁多嘅佢杯咖啡，啊！佢奶唔使我蒸啊，我蒸咗噶啦，跟住可以奶化，哇！好玩啊，係咪啊？係咪啊？定係要擺中間先？奶化啊！佢咁樣人咁樣啦，跟住咁樣，跟住嘿，係咪咁啊？
A perfect coffee. All it needs is a saucer and a couple of Helena's favourite biscuits.
笑死！哇，佢有呢個好好味嘅餅，哦，跌咗杯咖啡，冇事發生，冇事發生。佢個咖啡咧反地心吸力㗎，唔緊要。哇！呢個餅乾好好食㗎，雖然佢改咗佢個名，但我都知佢係邊個餅乾。B 字頭嘅，跟住 F 字尾嘅餅乾，好好味。
I was feeling more has-been than coffee queen by the time I'd made a drink fit for human consumption. It looked a bit,
postmodern， 即係話我拉得衰啊佢。
Helena's refined tastes, I hope she'd think it was intentional. Always the connoisseur, she didn't even bother to look at it at first. She was so busy wafting it under her nose. Steamed up her glasses, of course. How was she going to see my work of art through an eye full of fog? When she finally spotted it, though, she was totally impressed.
哦，中意就好啦，個咖啡。
I'll admit, she spent several minutes trying to figure out exactly what it was I'd drawn. She decided it was probably a horse.
原來係隻馬。我頭先畫緊一個樹葉拉花。
She was impressed enough to ask for another one. I guess I'll need to get some practice in. The whole thing was such hard work, Maria. I never realised how difficult it was, all that mechanical stuff.
冇錯，拉花真係好
It
難。
made me realise how much I have to thank you for, so I wanted to say that now. Better latte than never. Hoping you're well. Your friend, Carmen.
開心。coffee break 玩完啦，咁就個遊戲就真係去到最尾。但係我見佢好似 DLC 有新嘅劇情，但係我就未買。係啊，咁今日就個遊戲就玩到最底啦，好開心啊！最尾嗰個整咖啡。耶，係啊！今日好多謝大家嚟睇台啊，雖然係啊rate 落嚟嘅觀眾新觀眾，你哋好啊！咁但係咧，我今日就差唔多到呢度收台啦，因為我一般開台咧都係咬咗2個鐘到3個鐘左右嘅啫，所以就係比較短嘅台。咁今日就用咗幾點啊？2個半鐘啦，就玩咗呢個 game。咁我都好推薦大家玩嘅 Assemble with Care， 咁就係好休閒嘅遊戲啦。大家可能臨瞓前啊，或者想relax 下嗰陣就可以點開嚟玩，我覺得幾好嘅。而家有手機版啊，因為辛苦了。咁我睇一睇 comment 先。係啦，咁今日就好多謝晒大家嚟睇台啊！多謝 Hamster， 多謝 Fulo， 多謝 Sunny Won， 多謝 Cyro， 多謝陳燕宇，多謝 Blue Blue， 多謝 Mel 批，多謝 AT， 多謝 KY， 多謝貓哥，多謝烤梨妹，多謝蘇拿紅戰士，多謝 Donut， 多謝 Dinners， 多謝 SS， 係啊，應該差唔多，係啦，就喺度嘅可以出句聲啦，如果唔係嘅話，係啊，咁我就差唔多收台啦。咁今日咧就星期5，所以咧就星期6日就係星期6日大家可以輕鬆下。咁我就今個星期預定咧就星期6日就唔開台嘅，但下星期咧就應該有3個台，應該我就再話俾大家聽，有一個係聯動嚟嘅。咁如無意外就下星期6咧諗住會開歌會，所以就大家就可以得閒嘅就可以嚟睇下啦。辛苦晒，我都好中意玩治癒 puzzle game。竟然係咁樣，好開心啊！我哋可以交流下，有機會。多謝晒啊，多謝晒 Wisteria 嚟 wait 台啊，好開心啊！咁就係咯，咁今個星期6日我就唔會開台嘅，咁就下星期就有歌會同埋有1個聯動，咁就理想中又加多1個手工台，但係日子同埋時間咧，我就再話俾大家聽啦。係啦，咁今日就差唔多係咁多啦，多謝晒咁多位啊，多謝晒咁多位嚟睇台，咁我就喺呢度收台啦，等，係啦，咁我哋就下星期再見啦，咁多位，祝大家 weekend 玩得開心啦，拜拜。